It's often wondered why some 80-year-olds exude remarkable vitality and confidence in every step, as if a decade younger, while their 60-year-old peers can barely climb a flight of stairs without gasping for breath. This striking dichotomy in the aging process has nothing to do with luck, genetic predisposition, or expensive medical procedures. Instead, it's driven by six scientifically proven principles that, unfortunately, the vast majority of older adults remain unaware of. The statistics presented below may undoubtedly come as a surprise. According to data published by Harvard Medical School, adults who consistently apply these six specific habits show an impressive 73% reduction in the likelihood of developing age-related diseases and overall health decline. Moreover, they live an average of 12 years longer, while maintaining full independence and a high quality of life. Yet, despite such compelling evidence, a significant number of medical professionals rarely disclose these crucial aspects to their patients. What follows will reveal what can be called the six golden rules for longevity and active aging. These accessible and highly effective strategies for maintaining a healthy lifestyle can literally slow down and even reverse the biological aging processes affecting the body, brain, and daily life. For those who have passed the age of 50, this information may prove to be the most significant they have ever received. So what are most people missing? The true nature of aging isn't so much about chronological age increase as it is about the gradual loss of habits that sustain youth and vitality. And if someone believes it's too late to take any steps to improve their condition, consider an example that can change that long-held belief forever. A vivid example is Maria from Valencia, who is 78 years old. She walks 5 kilometers daily and enjoys cooking exquisite meals for her family. Furthermore, just last month, she successfully learned to use video calls to stay connected with her grandchildren living in the United States. Meanwhile, her neighbor, 62-year-old Carlos, struggles significantly even with a short walk to the mailbox and needs assistance to open ordinary jars. What explains such a stark contrast between them? The answer is simple. It's 6 simple habits, 6 daily choices that either strengthen or weaken the body's physical condition. By the end of this material, the reader will know exactly what these habits are and how to start applying them today. The first golden habit is active movement. Many will be surprised to learn that just 30 minutes of walking a day can reduce the likelihood of cardiovascular disease by an impressive 40%, have the risk of stroke, and increase lifespan by an average of 7 years. However, what astonished even researchers was walking's ability to promote brain tissue regeneration. A groundbreaking study conducted at the University of Pittsburgh observed 299 older adults for several years. It was found that those who regularly walked actively formed new brain tissue, while sedentary older adults showed a loss of this ability. We're talking about physical, measurable changes in brain structure occurring at ages 70, 80, and even 90. Consider the story of Jose, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Seville. 2 years ago, he was forced to use a walker after a minor stroke left him weak and unbalanced. His doctor assured him that walking could help significantly, but Jose believed it was too late for any improvement. He could barely make it to the kitchen, his daughter remarked bitterly. Nevertheless, Jose started small. 5 minutes, first circling his apartment, then reaching the elevator, and later walking down the hallway. Just 6 months later, he was able to walk independently to attend his grandson's graduation. I cried when I saw him climb those steps, his daughter shared emotionally. My father, little by little, step by step, was getting his full life back. Scientific evidence unequivocally shows that every step a person takes sends powerful biochemical and mechanical signals throughout the body. As a result, the heart strengthens, bones become denser, and muscles recover. Blood flow to the brain increases, helping to flush out toxic proteins associated with memory loss. But what's particularly striking is that walking transforms posture, which in turn changes how a person is perceived by others and, consequently, how they perceive themselves. When a person moves with conscious purpose, they demonstrate dignity. They feel whole, energetic, and independent. To start, No special shoes or gym membership are required. There's no need to move fast or cover long distances. Just start today because your body is waiting for the signal that you still strive for strength and activity. The second golden habit urges a mindful approach to nutrition, as if life itself depends on it. The truth regarding this aspect can be quite shocking. The foods a person consumes after 60 have an astonishing ability to either accelerate or, conversely, slow down the aging process. This isn't about complex, restrictive diets or expensive dietary supplements. The essence lies in simple, yet correct, decisions made daily. A study published in the authoritative Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, presented the results of a 30-year observation of 120,000 older adults. Participants who included specific foods in their diet showed a 42% reduction in inflammatory processes, a 38% improvement in cognitive brain function, and a 51% decrease in age-related diseases. However, most remarkably, the foods that had such a significant impact were not exotic superfoods. They were common vegetables, fish, and whole grains, available at any grocery store. Consider Carmen's story. At 69, this former nurse from Barcelona took 7 different medications daily to control diabetes, hypertension, and arthritis. She felt exhausted, depressed, and was convinced her body was irrevocably failing her. Then, her daughter suggested she try changing just one thing in her diet: increase her intake of colorful vegetables. Carmen was initially skeptical, thinking it pointless, but she began adding spinach to her breakfast eggs, carrots to her lunch, and a small salad to her dinner. Nothing radical, just more natural, unprocessed food and fewer ready-made meals. After just 3 months, her doctor was astonished by the results. Her blood sugar level stabilized, blood pressure dropped by 20 points, and her arthritis pain lessened so much that she could garden again. "I wasn't on a diet," Carmen said. "I just remembered how my grandmother ate." The secret to longevity and health lies not in restriction, but in nourishing food. An aging body needs more nutrients, not fewer calories. Every bite of food should be packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help repair cells, reduce inflammation, and protect internal organs. Special attention should be paid to dark leafy greens like spinach and kale. They contain compounds that literally slow down brain aging. Fatty fish, such as salmon, are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which support heart strength and mental sharpness. Colorful vegetables contain antioxidants that actively combat cell damage causing wrinkles, memory loss, and various diseases. Furthermore, hydration plays a key role. As we age, the sensation of thirst diminishes, but the body's need for water, conversely, increases. Dehydration leads to fatigue, confusion, and puts additional strain on the kidneys and heart. Drinking 8 glasses of water a day is not just a recommendation. It's a form of life insurance. However, most people don't realize the main point. It's not about achieving perfection, but about continuous progress. Replace processed food with natural food today. Your body will definitely react to these changes, and you will feel a tangible difference as early as tomorrow. The third golden habit focuses on maintaining mental sharpness. It may seem surprising, but the human brain is capable of generating new cells even at 80, 90, and even 100 years old, but only if it is constantly challenged intellectually. The common misconception about the inevitable decline of mental abilities with age is nothing more than a myth. Dr. Alvaro Pasqualeone from Harvard Medical School made an unusual discovery. Older adults who regularly train their brains exhibit neural activity comparable to that of people 30 years younger. This indicates measurable physical changes in brain structure. Meet Roberto, a 73-year-old widower from Zaragoza. After his wife's death, he felt lost, confused, as if his mind had completely shut down. He forgot names, constantly lost his keys, and felt overwhelmed by even the simplest daily tasks. His children began to fear he was developing dementia. Then, Roberto's neighbor invited him to join a chess club at the community center. Roberto hadn't played chess in decades, but he felt lonely and decided he had nothing to lose. This decision changed everything. Within a few weeks, Roberto became clearer and more focused. He started reading again, learned to use a smartphone, and even enrolled in cooking classes. "Chess didn't just save my mind," he said. "It saved my life. I feel like myself again." The scientific data underlying this phenomenon is quite fascinating. When a person learns something new, be it a foreign language, a musical instrument, or even a card game, their brain actively creates new neural pathways. These pathways serve as a kind of backup system, compensating for age-related changes. Reading is one of the most effective mental exercises. During reading, several brain areas are simultaneously activated. Those responsible for language, memory, visualization, and emotions. It's akin to a full workout for the mind. Puzzles, crosswords, Sudoku. These are not just entertainment, but targeted training. They force the brain to solve problems, recognize patterns, and remember information. Each such challenge strengthens mental abilities. However, the most crucial aspect is social mental stimulation. Conversations, debates, sharing stories. All these activate the brain in a way that is not possible with solitary activities. By interacting with others, a person not only trains their brain, but also connects to the very essence of life, enriching their experience and maintaining high cognitive function. If you want to preserve your independence, protect your memories, and remain intellectually vibrant for decades, you must realize that the brain, like the body, needs daily exercise. The fourth golden habit urges you to maintain strength when everything else seems to be weakening. The statistics in this regard are quite alarming. After 60, a person loses about 3% of muscle mass annually. By 80, this loss can reach half of all strength. However, what's truly shocking is that this condition is not inevitable. It can be prevented and even reversed, even if a person already feels weak. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society involved a 5-year observation of 1,600 older adults. Those participants who performed simple strength exercises just twice a week not only retained 100% of their muscle mass, but also became stronger. On the other hand, those who did not engage in physical activity lost an average of 15% of their strength. An example is the story of Miguel, an 81-year-old former builder from Asturias. After retiring, he became sedentary, spending most of his day in front of the television. Gradually, he found he couldn't even lift ordinary groceries. It became difficult for him to get out of a chair, and he felt unsteady when walking. One day, Miguel fell while trying to reach a book from a high shelf. Fortunately, nothing broke, but the incident greatly frightened him. "I felt like a prisoner in my own body," he confessed. Then, his son suggested he try a few simple exercises at home. Miguel started with wall push-ups, modified squats using a kitchen table for support, and lifting water bottles as weights. Just 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week. 6 months later, Miguel was independently shopping, working in his garden, and joyfully playing with his great-grandchildren. "I'm stronger now than I was 5 years ago," he said. "I didn't know it was possible at my age." The secret lies not in intensity, but in consistency. Muscles respond to resistance at any age. Regardless of whether you use your own body weight, resistance bands, or light dumbbells, the key is to regularly challenge your muscles. Strength training not only helps build muscle mass, but also strengthens bones, improves balance, and protects against falls. Falls are a leading cause of injury in older adults, but strong muscles serve as the best defense. You don't need a gym for this. You could do modified wall push-ups, squat using a chair for support, or lift household items, mimicking dumbbells. The main thing is to start, because every day without using your muscles leads to their loss. The fifth golden habit calls for social activity. Otherwise, a person risks fading away. Statistics in this regard should cause serious concern. For older adults, loneliness increases the risk of death by 26%. This is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But what's most striking is that social relationships can literally heal the body and prolong life. The Harvard study of adult development, which included several subjects over 80, found that strong relationships are the most crucial factor for successful aging. Neither money, professional success, nor even good genetics play as significant a role as the quality of social connections. Anna's story serves as an example. At 72, this retired teacher from Valencia lived alone after her husband's death. Her children lived in other cities, and gradually she became isolated. She stopped cooking elaborate meals, rarely left her apartment, and began experiencing depression and anxiety. Her health started to decline. Her blood pressure rose, she suffered from insomnia, and often forgot things. Anna believed these were inevitable consequences of age, but in reality, she was slowly fading from loneliness. Everything changed when Anna joined a local library book club. Once a week, she gathered with 7 other women to discuss novels, exchange opinions, and laugh together. "I didn't realize how much I missed hearing someone say my name," Anna shared. Within a few months, Anna's health significantly improved. Her blood pressure normalized, she slept better, and her memory sharpened. "These women gave me my life back," she said. "I look forward to Tuesdays as if it were Christmas." There's a deep scientific basis behind this. Social interaction promotes the release of oxytocin, which lowers stress hormones and inflammation. It stimulates brain areas responsible for memory and emotional regulation. People with strong social connections have stronger immune systems and live longer, healthier lives. However, connection doesn't require being constantly surrounded by many people. 1 or 2 meaningful relationships can transform a person's health. A weekly call to a friend, volunteering at a local charity, or joining a community group can provide invaluable social support to the body. If you feel isolated, know that you are not alone, and it's never too late to reconnect. A conversation, a shared meal, a kind act can begin to heal the wounds inflicted by loneliness. Relationships not only bring pleasure, but are also vital for health. You should prioritize social connections because people who care can literally save lives. The 6th golden habit is dedicated to restoration. Most people, especially in old age, don't realize one important fact. A lack of quality sleep ages the body faster than smoking, poor diet, and physical inactivity. However, there's good news. Improving sleep can literally reverse the aging process in just a few weeks. A University of California study showed that older adults who improved their sleep quality demonstrated measurable improvements in immune system function, memory, and even DNA repair. This refers to reversing biological age, where the body rejuvenates at a cellular level. An example is the story of Francisco, a 68-year-old retired accountant from Madrid who suffered from poor sleep for many years. He would wake up several times each night, toss and turn for hours, and start each day in a state of complete exhaustion. His doctor prescribed sleeping pills, but they only made him sluggish and caused dependence. Francisco felt trapped in a vicious cycle of fatigue. Lack of sleep drained him, leading to reduced activity, worsening health, and consequently, even worse sleep. Then, Francisco decided to try something simple. He created a bedtime ritual. No screens after 8 p.m., light stretching before bed, reading for 20 minutes, and strictly adhering to the same bedtime every night. In just 2 weeks, Francisco was sleeping through the night. He regained energy, his mood improved, and his blood pressure dropped by 15 points. "I feel 10 years younger," he said. "I didn't realize how much bad sleep was taking from my life." Sleep is not just rest. It's a vital process of bodily restoration. During deep sleep, the brain removes toxins that contribute to Alzheimer's disease. Muscles repair, the immune system strengthens, and memories are consolidated. Lack of sleep accelerates aging by increasing inflammation, weakening immunity, and disrupting hormonal balance that controls appetite, mood, and energy levels. Quality sleep does the exact opposite. It's like a nightly fountain of youth. The key is consistency. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Create a dark, cool, and quiet sleep environment. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. and heavy meals before bed. If thoughts bother you and keep you awake, try writing down your worries before sleep. Good sleep is not a luxury. It's a necessity for healthy aging. When sleep becomes a priority, all other aspects of life become simpler. You'll have more energy for walking, improved concentration for mental tasks, and increased emotional resilience when facing life's challenges. Your new chapter begins today. These 6 golden habits are not just recommendations. They are your path to a longer, stronger, and more independent life. The choice is yours. Accept the inevitability of decline or fight it with scientifically proven and effective strategies. Remember Maria, the 78-year-old woman who walks 5 kilometers daily. She wasn't always so active. At 65, she was overweight, pre-diabetic, and convinced her best years were behind her. But it all started with a simple habit: walking to the corner store instead of driving. 13 years later, she is healthier and happier than people half her age. Your transformation can begin today with a small decision. Can you walk for 5 minutes? Will you read a few pages of a book? Call an old friend? Prepare a colorful and healthy meal? Will you create a bedtime ritual? The habits that seem insignificant today will become the foundation of your independence tomorrow. Every step you take, every healthy bite you eat, every connection you make, these are investments in your future. Remember, it's never too late to change. Your body is waiting for the signal that you still want to be strong, agile, and independent. Give it signal today. Your best years are not over. They are waiting for you to seize them.